Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also, know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes to help you understand why everything's playing out the way that it is. Very important when you're dealing with people that wear masks, create facades, create illusions. They gaslight. It's really important, not because you can shape shift the energy into, a lot of times making this person act a lot nicer towards you or make the relationship just dissipate, but because you learn how to heal the effects of trauma. And the effects of trauma are the habits and the behaviorisms that come from living in environments that make you perceive that, again, that you're limited, that you're not good enough, that there's something wrong with you. Again, we all go through experiences that make us feel that way. We all tend to wind up being around people that like to make us feel that way. See, because if we feel less than, then we'll take less than we deserve. And that means, not holding people accountable because we're afraid. We're afraid of abandonment, and we're afraid of abandonment because we don't know our own worth. That's what, when you're dealing with a karmic is going, a past life karmic mate is one that will show you where you're wounded, where you are out of alignment with the laws of God, the laws of love, the laws of nature, the laws of the universe are all the same thing. So again, if you're out of alignment, you're not going to like what you manifest. So the way to heal is to integrate the spiritual lesson and then transmute the negative energy. We can't just integrate the spiritual lesson. We actually have to do something with the negative energy because energy just doesn't dissipate because you're like, oh, I see a different perception. No, the body is the mind's faithful servant, and the mind will hold on to that trauma. So, this is where reactionary and automatic behaviors that wind up being sabotaging wind up coming out within a connection. And it's because, again, person's body will react because the survival mind will trigger it. See, our wounds are held within the subconscious mind. So we're not conscious. What'll happen is we'll get a trigger and then we'll react from that trigger. And if we've grown up in an environment where we didn't feel safe, if we were in a relationship that we didn't feel safe. So again, you could be with a person that either physically abused you or was a narcissist and sociopath. Either way, you're going to have the same habits and behaviorisms because the core beliefs will be the same. And so it's understanding what your core beliefs are and then actually integrating the spiritual lesson and then doing something with that energy. If you don't understand, you will once you follow the readings. My readings obviously have a therapy style to them because, again, it's not so much whether your person's going to come back. A lot of times they do, but when they come back, the relationship looks a lot the way that it did before they left. And that's when we know that we're in a karmic loop. It's the same exact experience, And so that is what actually conditions you, called intermittent manipulation. And it's almost where the person trains you to, be at their beck and call. All right, let's see. If you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, read the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is on the first card that I pull out. It's the underlining energy that tells us why everyone's doing what they're doing. You got to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel always. Love all your likes, shares, and subscribes, and your comments. Keep them coming. They're fuel, they're energy for me. And As I said, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel aside from the word of the video will be in the description box. All right, let's see what the word of the video is. The word of the video is obscurity. I feel like we got that one not that very long ago. But a lot of times the energy stays the same, or it just changes a little bit. Due to the new information, we can change our habits and our behaviorisms a little bit. So we'll pull, and this again, hopelessness. Oh God. So I feel like you're connected to a person that is in a place of victimization. They don't know what to do. I feel like their back is up against the wall. They were either on their way out of a divorce or in the process of a divorce or just got out of a divorce, but that energy still is very much there. And why I say that is because the person feels like they don't have any money. They don't feel like they have anything to offer. I also feel like this person feels that way about themselves, that they're not enough, that they're not good enough. There's just a real sense of lack, and not just material wise, but how this person feels about themselves. And so they don't see a way to like approach you. They don't see a way to be able to make this work out now. There's a sense of regret. There's a sense of remorse. There's a sense of guilt, shame, and all these lower energies that actually keep us in a place of victimization and hopelessness. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what this person did. Let's see what this person has gone through and get a better understanding what they're going to do. We're going to pull out some new decks today. Pull out some new decks. Okay. I'll start off with those. Let's see. Again, this person, I feel like they treated you like, again, like it was all about the physical connection, no emotional connection. I also feel like this person had a lot of people. They focused, it was all about that. And it makes sense because they were with somebody else. They're going through a divorce now, or they just got out of a divorce. So this person compartmentalized. I feel like they had emotions towards you. I feel like they promised a lot, but what you saw was there was only a physical connection that they wanted. There was no balance within the relationship, right? A balanced relationship is one where there is physical attraction, but there's also an emotional balance, and that you feel safe in the relationship. Again, no, this person kept it in a place of imbalance. And it's also because part of this person is really a nice person. They just felt like they didn't know how to get out of their situation. And I feel like they wanted the person that was connected to them to do it. So what they did was they checked out the entire time that they were with, we'll call that person a karmic, but the whole time that they, in order to live this double life, they had addictions. That's why they don't feel good about themselves. That's why they feel hopeless. They don't have anything to fall back on. And what we fall back on is, what we do for a living, what we're passionate about, where we're spending our time, who we're spending our time with. We create balance that way. This person doesn't have balance. They're up in their head. And addiction is I'm not even thinking about it. Now I'm detached because I don't know what to do. I feel hopeless about the situation. I don't think that I can fix it. It's like the garbage man is here. Sorry about that. So again, when this person was dealing with that karmic, what they decided to do was just be there, but just not give this person anything emotionally, not like made it clear that they didn't really want to be there. So they didn't give any effort, they didn't give any energy. And so I feel like that's what made this karmic so angry. But in order for this person to do it, they had to numb themselves. And in that, they weren't thinking about you either. They were just thinking about, I don't want to be in this connection anymore. You want to make this connection into what you want to make it into. This person saw exactly who the karmic was, which the karmic didn't really care whether or not they loved them or not. They just cared about what it looked like, to where this comic doesn't really want to go out and find anyone anymore. And I say that because they stayed with a person that cheated for a long time. But however, I do believe that this person gave the karmic emotionally, almost like they were friends, that they lived together and that they were friends. So now what this person did was when they were with you, they tried to compartmentalize and keep it just in the physical. You didn't feed that. And so I feel like this person was put in a place because you wouldn't give in to make a decision. They didn't want to make a decision, even though they were not happy with that karmic. So what they decided to do was do nothing. They checked out. They kept it in a place of imbalance for a long time. And so what that did was that made everybody not in a good space, meaning like the karmic now is pissed off and you're also pissed off. And now they're eating a lot of karma that they don't want to eat because, hey, you were supposed to come and fix it and rescue them so that they weren't really even have to like divorce. They never thought that they were going to push it to that extreme. They never thought that you would sit there and be like, I'm not going to come and rescue you. You can like be in that, be in that situation. Yeah, this person has like it stayed in their family patterns of codependency. And that's really what it is. This person didn't want to be without anyone. And that's why I feel like their karma is gonna be that. Because what happened is they sat there for a long time now, when they now they're sitting here for a long time where they didn't need to, because now they're in a place of I don't have anything to give. They don't have anything to give, or I don't have enough. I can't fix this. And I can't really even go back to the karmic because the karmic is like over it because it pushed it to the extreme, not to mention this person sees that karmic like a lot differently. You know, even if they were able to coincide at one time as friends, they can't do it anymore because this person pushed it to the extreme. And here it is, you didn't come back and rescue. You didn't put up with it. You didn't do anything. And now this person's in a place of fear. So they're stuck in stupid now, meaning like they don't know what to do. They're because they back themselves into a corner, is what I'm feeling. And that's because I feel like this person thought that they were going to sit on the fence and they weren't going to make a decision. That either you were going to make the decision or the karmic was going to make the decision. That they were going to try to manipulate you somehow to come towards them by treating it just as like compartmentalized and sex and here for a good time but not a long time, and the karmic would have pushed you away because that's what the karmic has done previously. So again, you not going towards this person is making this person like eat their karma. Hmm. So let's see how they feel. See, this person like is like a not a good person at all. They deserve everything that they get. They're playing. This person thought that they were too big to fail. That's what they thought. They thought that how could they lose? And I feel like they lost because now they're in a place of having nothing. It's like whatever they built with that karmic, they don't have obscurity, not enough, lack, limitation. This person doesn't have the money anymore. The money was the facade, the prestige. This person thought they were too big to fail because of how they perceive themselves. And the karmic, I feel like, was like either you're gonna be subservient to me, like, and start giving me emotionally, or or we're not gonna be together. And this person was like, I don't really want to do it. They didn't want to give to the karmic on an emotional level because they hadn't for so long, and the karmic allowed that. Once they met you, well then, the karmic had a problem because it's like, well, wait a minute, you can have feelings for someone else? No, that's what you should be giving me. So I feel like this person was like, well, I'm not going to do anything, because I'm pretty sure I can have my cake and eat it too. I don't want to let go of either one of you. And so it'll be like, you would come into this person's life, but they had already history with this karmic. So they knew what would happen to you. And this is again, the sex part. And this is again, they don't have to really look at what they do because of addictions. And I believe that that's inherited. So, of course, they're in a place of fear. They should be. Look at what they did. I'm not going to do anything. It's the coward's way out. I'm going to let these two people fight it out, duke it out for me. And that's going to make me feel so good and big about myself. This person's a jerk. I mean, I'm sorry, one-sided relationship. That's what this person wants. They don't really want to be. And I feel like for so long they were in a relationship with the karmic that was a one-sided relationship. And the karmic put up with that. The problem is that this person, this karmic knows, hey, you're going to give love and attention somewhere else. That's the problem. Karmic didn't want to be in a relationship without love. They put up with it because they love that person more than they love themselves. That's why they're angry. And as long as they could fight, whoever's there and win, well, then your person would always come back to them and then just be like nice. And so they expected you to fight for them. Disgusting. You're always on their mind. And that's because, and that's the power that you had because you never came to this person. You never rescued them. There's a part of this person that's curious. What are you doing? Who are you talking to? Like, what else is going on? The fact that weren't here, that you're not bothered. Why are you not bothered? Where, again, this karmic is sitting there waiting for love. So you can see the dynamic, right? So it's like you're not doing anything. The fact that you removed your energy triggered this person's abandonment. And now there's the sense of like always focusing on you. So they may be there with the karmic. They were there with the karmic rather for a long time, but they weren't there, and that's why the karmic finally put an end to it and was like, that's it. See, they never expected a tower moment with that karmic. They expected you to come in and they would have their fun and then eventually be with the karmic. That's what they thought. The one-sided relationship. The fact that you got away is also why you're always on this person's mind. Know that. Because the ego, this person's going to ask if they can start over. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I feel like I ruined everything. And they did. They ruined their entire life. That's what they ruined. They feel like they ruined everything. They sure did. They sure did. Because they thought that they were going to be too big to fail. They thought that you were going to be like, oh, I'm going to fight for you. But in that, this person didn't have any intention of holding to that. They would have been in for a good time, not a long time. And then the karmic would have been right there. The fact that you didn't rescue and this person just sat there, not giving to the karmic, checked out, well, that drove this karmic crazy, where the karmic now has exposed themselves and that connection can never really go back. That's not what this person intended. They never intended any of that. But, they're seeing they messed with you, that they're not supposed to mess with people that have good intention. especially if this was a divine connection, where they should have left that karmic because it's not like they're sad because I'm so devastated that the karmic like because I love that person. It's like I'm losing my slave. I'm losing the a person that did everything for me, that loved me so unconditionally, that they did everything for me. The only thing that they asked in return was my love, and I wouldn't give it to them. So they deserve everything that they get, not just because of what they did to you, but because what they did to that karmic. So we have to ask, why did you attract this person into your life? Because they may come back because obviously that karmic doesn't want them anymore. It pushed it to the extreme. So now they're eventually gonna like they would like a second chance with you. Do I feel like wait a second, are they gonna reach out or do they just want that? It's like because I feel like this person emotional bond. Like this person still has that connection to you, okay? That's what they feel. Like there's still that ESP connection. And because there is, hmm, I can see us getting back together again one day. Like literally, I pulled from a different deck out of this bag that has two different decks in it, and I just pulled in the middle. That's what this person thinks. You mean more to me than I could ever tell you. So it's again like this person thinks that they're in love because remember, they sat there and you were doing your own thing. The fact that this karmic was, like getting annoyed and trying to like make things work for a little while at least, the whole time that you weren't giving, so this person was focused on you. So I feel like the sense that you got away, the fact that you don't want them is triggering their abandonment. This person actually really thinks that they have feelings for you. And so, and why I say I'm sure in their mind they think they really do think that they have feelings. It's just relationships are something that happened over time. Like they didn't take the time to get to know you. They again wanted to keep it compartmentalized. So what they think they know of you, they love. And that's because a lot is in their imagination. This person, there's a reason why they were with a karmic that loved them to death and they didn't give anything. It's like this person, believe, has intimacy issues. The moment that you're not in this person's life is the moment that they want you. They continuously like create that. And so and their mission right now is to, like I said, is to one day come back to you. So I can see them trying to bump into you. I can see them sending like, trying to talk to you a little bit on like social media. I can see them trying to like whittle their way back in. This person's not confident, but over time it's going to bother them, especially because now that karmic's not there. So, but I don't think you should take this person back. So we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? What was the reason? So we look at the inner child wounds. Magic, joy, trauma, outdoors and nature. Can't see that because my green's too green. Neglect, and one more, right? Is it one, two, three, four, five? Yes. And abandonment. So we're also going to pull two from this deck. No, three from this deck. And that's transformation, inner sanctuary, and hearts aligned. So spirit says, due to abandonment, neglect. So it's emotional. It's not just physical, but it's emotional neglect and psychological neglect. There was a lot of trauma. And that trauma, when you're living in a place of trauma, children just want to like comfort themselves. So they don't really discipline themselves to lose themselves in a lot of areas, especially if they're neglected, they're not getting the support, they're not getting the love. Of trauma also tells me of emotional abuse. Again, where now the child doesn't feel safe and they tend to live very safe, because they don't feel safe. So there's a lack of connection to the world. Outdoors and nature really represents, being grounded, um, feeling like you can trust people in your outside world because the people that raised you, again, there was neglect. So whether or not your mom was abusive and your dad was avoidant, or your dad was an alcoholic, or your mom was an alcoholic, whatever it was, I mean, it doesn't matter like really what the person did. It's more or less how they acted and how you felt as a child that you were not supported, that you were neglected, and that it was traumatizing for you. So again, what happens when there's a lack of ground? Person's more up in their head. And the children try to figure out how to obtain love, how to obtain support, where if you have to look for it, and there's actually a belief that you don't have it. And there's always a belief that you're not going to be able to find it because that's what you lived, neglect. So, because they're behind in the back of your mind, you're saying as a child, I'm being neglected because I'm not good. I'm being neglected. I'm a bother. Like that's what the parent is pretty much showing through their actions, through the interaction with the child by neglecting them, not giving them. And neglect could just be, I'm ignoring everything that you say that you do. I'm not going to applaud anything. Like you tell me that you graduated college, I'm not gonna congratulate you. It's your birthday, I'm not gonna wish you a happy birthday. It's like you are invisible. Again, this is what psychologically and emotionally parents do when they are, wounded themselves, but also when they are narcissistic and they want to, make the child feel bad. So again, that trauma is what you lived. There wasn't any joy. However, what there was a very rich imagination. Trauma, when we are in a place where we live in survival for so long, because we're being neglected, we're being abandoned, we're being psychologically abused, we're being emotionally abused, because a parent is wounded, well, what happens is we become very psychic because the God part of self is a deity part of self, and that's the higher self. And that is when, again, we need to kind of have eyes in the back of our head because we're dealing with a parent that we can't trust. We're taught as a society to be able to trust our parents. But what happens is that the child doesn't trust, however, they still want that parent's love. So they will try to fix the parent. They will try to heal the parent. They will try to be that person that, that they're going to save the day somehow. They're going to fix the parent. They want to, their main focus is making that parent happy, which is kind of very similar to what this person wanted you to do. I'm going to sit back and, I'm going to pretend that I'm having such a hard time trying to get out of my situation when really I don't have any intention of getting out of that situation. But I'm going to tell you how difficult it is for me. And I'm going to try and like pull on your heartstrings so that you would again feel so close to me. I would get exactly what I want. And then I would be like, bye. That's this person. And that's again like this same energy of trauma where this person neglected you, they would abandon you. However, your psychic ability, you were like, I see exactly who you are. I see exactly who you are. It's like you're still with that person. You're pretending that you don't want to be in that situation. You do. Even if it's only to keep your money and to keep your things, you still want to be there. Because if you didn't, you would be here. So I see who you are. And I see who you are because I didn't come to you. I let you do everything. And what I saw is you did nothing. You just sat there waiting for me to do it. And the only thing that happened is that karmic is pissed. Is that your bread and butter is gone. That's the only thing. So Spirit says again, this was to help you transform. This situation was to help you align your with your actions with your true heart's desires. This is not that. Spirit says to follow your passion. This person wanted to represent passion. Spirit says, no, you follow your passion. You align yourself because God says, me first. I'm a jealous God. That's through you first. Through, again, giving and receiving of love through your free will. Spirit says. So align your actions to, again, your passion for life. Be like childlike. Again, connect to, your sacred space now. Retreat and rejuvenate after being with a person like this. It's okay. There's always a space between what you sow to what you reap. Take that space, take that rest for rejuvenation because again, you transform this, you're stepping into a new life. This person would have stopped you. This person would have stopped you from entering into your new life. No one can take what's yours, only you can by dealing with a person like this. This person already showed you who you are. Spirit says your magic saved you, that psychic ability, that inner knowing, that again, which is what this person can't believe that you got away. They're like, there's a part of this person that is messed up because you got away, but it's not for the positive reasons. It's their ego. It's their ego. And we leave off on one more, and the one more is manifestation of light. See the beauty in yourself. Grow and develop your inner self in harmony with light and beauty. Free yourself from negativity. Your heart transforms. Intellect shines and your inner light grows. So Spirit says that this was to help you heal, to clear, and for you to see your worth. Again, and that's by, again, the making this person eat their karma. They thought who they were. They thought that they were too big to fail. They thought, oh, look, I got two people here. Yeah, they're going to fight over me, and I'm not going to do anything. It's like you let this person like get their karma. So that's why there's I don't have enough and I'm hopeless and I don't know what to do and this and that. Yeah, you are. The universe is saying, chop chop, it's time for you to pay my karma. And they're not happy about it. And you need to stay away. I'm gonna leave that there. You let me know how you resonate with this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.